in the Jordanian capital. Rabbi, what can you tell us about this incident?
Well, first of all, as you said, an attack has taken place at the Israeli embassy in the Jordanian capital, Amman, with casualties reported. And as you mentioned, I mean, one Jordanian was killed, and he's the suspect, according to some unofficial sources. But in the scene, I was like physically there. I mean, the immediate vicinity has been locked down. And as you mentioned, authorities have not released details. But some media reports citing security sources say, and they confirm that one Jordanian was killed and some like wounded and one Israeli seriously injured. And all of them, they were transferred to hospitals in Amman. Israeli authorities are believed to be evacuating embassy staff. As well, I mean, where the embassy is located, it's in Rabia neighborhood, an affluent part of Amman. Israeli authorities they did not even comment on the incident, and they imposed the reporting restrictions. I talked with some witnesses that they live close to the Israeli embassy. And they told me, like evening time before the Maghrib prayers in Amman, Jordan, they heard gunshots coming from the Israeli embassy, and they saw ambulances rushing to the scene.
Now, Rabbi, you mentioned that you were actually at the scene when this happened. This is clearly, and quite possibly even, a political crisis that's leaking from Jerusalem onto the borders in Jordan. Now, what was the atmosphere like?
Well, it's a possible, like, as you said, like a political or like the tension transferred from Jerusalem to Jordan. Well, as you know, in Jordan, you have a lot of Jordanians. They come from like a Palestinian descent as well. And you have anger in Jordan as well towards what's happening in Jerusalem. Talking about the metal detectors and the prayers they are praying outside the mosque. So, of course, it has its effect on the Jordanians. And anger, you could feel it in the streets. So what happened today, and this is according to like unofficial sources, that this attack has sneaked to the embassy and tried to stop, and an Israeli killed. I mean, according to the unofficial sources. But the Jordan, let's say, in the Jordan arena, among people, normal Jordanians, especially those who come from a Palestinian descent, anger is controlling over what's happening in Jerusalem. So it's political, but at the same time, it has to do with Palestinians, because Jordanians, most of them, they come, I don't want to say most of them, but some of them, they come from a Palestinian descent. So they are watching what's going on in Jerusalem, and it's like a reaction. So it's political, as well as it has to do with feelings, emotions, anger, and tensions as well.
Emotions and anger there. Thank you, Rabbi Hamamsa, for speaking to us from Amman.